The morning sun glinted off the dew-kissed soccer field as Kanu sprinted down the sidelines, his well-worn sneakers pounding rhythmically against the grass. Soccer was Kanu's sanctuary, a world where the troubles of his life couldn't touch him. The eldest son of Nigerian immigrants, Kanu had grown up in a modest two-bedroom apartment where the smell of his mother's jollof rice mingled with the sounds of his father's high-life music. The laughter of elders eating nkwobi and drinking fresh palm wine make part of his fondest memories of his home. Despite their financial struggles, Kanu's parents had always encouraged his love for soccer. Them, his talent was more than just a game. It was a beacon of hope, a possible ticket out of their endless cycle of poverty. Therefore, it was never an issue when Kanu put on his gear for practice or simply for running and other fitness sessions. This has been his life, and he has maintained the routine. As he rounded the corner of the field, Kanu's attention was caught by a group of students gathered near the bleachers. Among them stood a girl he hadn't seen before. Her caramel skin and long curly hair framed a face of mixed heritage that was striking in its uniqueness. She wore an air of quiet confidence, but her eyes scanned the field with curiosity and a hint of uncertainty. Kanu stared, slowing to a jog as he approached his best friend Marcus. "Who is that?" Kanu asked. "New girl," Marcus replied. "Just transferred here from California. Her name's Isabella." Isabella had lived her life in the sunny suburb of Los Angeles. Her father, an African American jazz musician, and her mother, a Brazilian artist, had fostered in her a love for the arts and a rich appreciation for her diverse heritage. Moving for her mother's new job had been a significant adjustment. Culture was different, and she often felt out of place. Nature, gardens, and sports mixed with art gave her solace. As the school day ended, Isabella found herself drawn to the soccer field. She had always loved watching soccer, a passion inherited from her Brazilian roots. There were fewer students around the sports complex this evening. Most of those who were around were in the team. She sat on the bleachers, sketching in her notepad when Kanu approached her. "Hey," he greeted, slightly out of breath. "I noticed you were watching us practice. Do you like soccer?" Isabella looked up, her eyes meeting his. "Yeah, I love it. My mom's Brazilian, so it's kind of in my blood. You're really good." Anna smiled, a warm, genuine smile that made Isabella feel welcome. "Thanks. I'm Kanu, by the way." "Isabella," she replied, extending her hand. Kanu took the hand and shook it gently. "See you around," he said. Isabella nodded and went back to sketching. Over the next few weeks, Kanu and Isabella grew closer. They bonded over their shared love of soccer, spending hours after school talking about their favorite teams and players. Isabella often sat on the bleachers watching Kanu practice. She often made beautiful sketches of Kanu's exercises, poses, and unique shots and goals. Kanu introduced Isabella to his world, inviting her to his home where she tasted authentic Nigerian food for the first time. She was fascinated by the vibrant culture and the close-knit community that characterized Kanu's family life. She particularly loved the fish pepper soup, asking Kanu if his mother would let her have the recipe. Isabella invited Kanu to her house. The walls were adorned with her mother's colorful paintings, each unique in its style and design. The air was filled with the smooth sound of her father's jazz records. They spent afternoons painting together, Isabella teaching Kanu how to blend colors and capture the world on canvas. But as their relationship deepened, so did the challenges they faced. One evening, Isabella's parents invited Kanu over for dinner. Her family were of the contemporary set that are not immersed in religion. Her father, an atheist, believes there is no God and that music is a part of the universe and flows through all humans. Her mother, on the other hand, believes there is a God, but it is only a form of energy. These views contrast Kanu's. His family are devout Christians, and his ancestors never deviated from the traditional worship rites. Prayers were said before every meal, and the gods were invoked before any major action was taken. Therefore, it was strange for Kanu when everyone started eating without first saying the grace. After dinner, Isabella's mother engaged Kanu in a conversation about his future. Soccer is great, but have you thought about college? What do you want to study? Kanu hesitated. His dreams of becoming a professional soccer player were often dismissed by adults who saw them as unrealistic. Where he comes from, making a living was mostly the focus, and as a male child, this is the responsibility he must now shoulder. I'm not sure yet, he admitted. I love soccer and I hope to get a scholarship, but my family needs me to start working soon too. Isabella's father nodded thoughtfully. Education is important, Kanu. It can open many doors for you. You should consider balancing sports with another career path. These interactions highlighted the difference in their upbringing and the expectations placed upon them. While Isabella's family valued education and artistic pursuits, Kana's family saw hard work and sacrifice as the keys to a better life. Despite these challenges, Kano and Isabella remained committed to each other. They learned to navigate their cultural differences, finding common ground in their shared experiences and mutual respect. One day, after a particularly intense soccer game where Kano had scored the winning goal, he found Isabella waiting for him by the bleachers. She had a sketchbook in her hands and a proud smile on her face. I drew this for you, she said, handing him the notebook. Inside was a detailed sketch of Kano in action on the field, captured in mid-kick, his face focused and determined. Kano was touched. This is amazing, Isabella. Thank you. She stepped closer, looking up at him. I believe in you, Kano. I know you can achieve your dreams, both on and off the field. Kano hugged her, feeling a surge of gratitude and love. And I believe in you too. Together we can face anything. Come on, there's something I want to show you. As graduation approached, Kanu received the news he had been hoping for, a full soccer scholarship to a prestigious university. His family was overjoyed, their sacrifices finally bearing fruit. Isabella, too, had been accepted into a top art school. Though their paths would take them to different places, they promised to support each other's dreams and stay connected. On their last day of high school, Kano and Isabella stood together on the soccer field where their journey had begun. This is just the beginning, Kano said, holding her hand. Isabella nodded, tears of happiness in her eyes. Yes, it is, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. With a shared kiss under the setting sun, Kano and Isabella embarked on their new adventures, confident that their love would bridge any cultural divide and overcome any obstacle.